Welcome to the Reelistic Podcast, your podcast for all things television and film. We're talking trailers, reviews, news, trivia, upcoming releases, and more. I'm Nathan Hale.
I'm Michael Falk.
And I'm Luca Viani.
And you're listening to the Reelistic Podcast, Episode 7. Cue the music! I've still got it. Still got it when it comes to the music.
I still can't do it, but every time I've done it, it's been without headphones.
Every time you've done it, what?
Has been without headphones.
Oh,
I've
fair
never
enough.
tried it with headphones.
No.
Lucas
How we
never
doing,
tried
lads?
I have tried it.
it. Oh yeah, you failed miserably.
Yeah.
How we doing?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Well, we've just come back. Well, not just come back. We've been back a week now. To
From
uni.
Easter break. Yep.
Yeah.
It was good. Nice to see the family and all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
Luca, did you go on your boat at any point? Or
Yeah, make it sound like I got a yacht.
makes it
yeah.
sound like Luca's got a yacht.
I
No.
went on a river, yes.
Has a yacht with free wine, free cocktails, all the champagne you
I
need.
wish.
Grapes and cheese.
That would
No.
be great. Give me that Easter holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, like we say, we are back now. We are in the last few weeks of our second year of uni. It's gone pretty quick. I feel like it was only yesterday that we started the Reelistic podcast, and then it took us 5 test episodes to then release one.
Oh my God, you're crying.
I know.
Oh my God.
It's sad.
Season 1's coming to an end.
Season 1. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Anyway, today we were thinking we would talk about the second Deadpool trailer. It released a couple of days ago. And we've all watched it. It was actually quite funny. It came out at a time where we were all in the TV studios at uni, and I had seen it while I was in the other room to these two, and I quickly pulled them out of the other room and tried to get them to watch it with me because I wanted to see their reaction to the fact that it had been released. And they both just go, "Oh, you going to tell us about the Deadpool trailer? Yeah, we've seen it." Ah, come on. What are you doing to me?
Sorry, we had a great time watching it in sound, and I couldn't find you, and you just disappeared.
There's disappointment on your face.
I was so sad. Like, I really wanted to just experience that for the first time. I say first time. I'd watched it already as well.
I mean, speaking of, your disappointment was very quickly turned around after you watched the trailer.
Yeah.
He didn't get up and
So-
start running after he saw the trailer was out. He saw it first.
Anyway, we are going to look through the second trailer. So it released 4 days ago, that being the 22nd of April. Film comes out July 26th. How many more trailers do you think we're going to have, first of all?
27.
How many trailers do you think we're going to have between now and July?
Genuinely, I mean, the amount of TV spots that they release, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but
there'll be
Full trailers
one,
like this, full
one-
release trailers.
one more full trailer.
In May? Late
June.
There'll be a get
June.
ticket. There's a get
Early
tickets
June.
now trailer.
Yeah,
There'll
there you
always
go.
be a get tickets now trailer.
Yeah,
True. Are you thinking middle June?
early June.
Oh, my
Early
birthday.
June?
Early June,
Oh,
yeah.
not my
I'm
birthday.
going June 9th. Let's get your predictions in now. I'm going to go June 9th.
I'm going to go June 10th.
I'm just gonna say my birthday, June 16th, so everyone knows when it is.
And if you want to send a present. All right, anyway.
Our P.O. box is...
Yeah. So, are we gonna watch the trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we're
let's
going to
watch
do another watch through the trailer. If you haven't seen it already, go have a quick watch of it. First of all, where have you been? Go and watch it. But also, we're going to have a quick watch of it now. We're going to cut to after we've watched it, and then we'll dive into it.
Right, the power of editing in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, we are back from watching the trailer. What do you think about it?
I mean, my thoughts, it looks absolutely incredible. The music, the comedy, the absolute bloodshed is absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah, very dark trailer to begin with, and then sort of goes a little bit more lighthearted towards the end. But shall we just break it down? Go from scene by scene,
I
sort
think
of.
you've literally just described how the movie's gonna go. Like,
Be dark and then
be dark and then be really lighthearted at the end.
yeah. Okay, well, immediately one thing that sticks out to me is the first shot of the bar. It's very reminiscent of
The
all
Wolverine
the
trailer.
other X-Men films.
Yeah, did anyone else look at it and just think of the Wolverine?
The Wolverine,
Wolverine-
game.
the
I
Wolverine
thought
teaser.
exactly
Yeah,
that.
it looked
It's
exactly
it's
like
the same shot, just in real life.
Exactly, yeah.
Obviously, we get a nice little bit of dialogue of the
Sponsored by
bartender
Heineken.
telling them to essentially get the
F
fuck
off.
out.
Beef off, mate.
And then Deadpool turns up. You see on Deadpool's gun, it says "Smile, wait for the flash," which I think is just.
I
Brilliant.
love that. I love
Um,
that. That's just
yeah.
everything. It's just that's the kind of like humor that you just don't get in like other movies. The sort of self-awareness that
Yeah.
Deadpool has.
There's always been a lot of like humor around the guns. You think of like the first film where it was like the whole 12 bullets scene.
I love
As
that
well.
scene.
It's one of the things that makes that first film so great. Yeah, Deadpool always has a love for his guns.
He always has something.
Sentimental.
I always find it really weird in that scene. He puts all 12 bullets into one gun, and then you see him shooting with 2 guns.
Movie magic.
6 bullets each gun.
No, he put 12 bullets in one gun, and then you see him shooting with 2 guns when he starts
Ooh,
counting
we
down.
just spotted a continuity error.
Continuity error.
Reach out to Fox.
Tell Fox. Fox aren't allowed to control these films anymore, so.
I think he
Oh
puts all
God,
12
no, they're
bullets
not, are
in one
they?
gun at least.
Anyway, as we move on to the rest of the trailer, the only other thing I want to talk about is how sadistic it is that when Deadpool puts the gun to Wolverine's head, he just leans forward.
And
Just
smiles.
That smile is just like
That is the
don't know,
smile
it's
of a man who's in either one of two mindsets. He's either he either presumes Deadpool doesn't know who he is properly, and he's being arrogant because he knows he's got the healing factor and it doesn't matter, or you could lean more into what we find out about the rest of the trailer. We're looking at a very, very broken man. Wolverine's always a very broken man, but particularly in this scene, this is a man who has lost everything. It gets described later in the trailer. He has got nothing left to live for, and so he will take anything.
And hats off to Hugh Jackman. I mean, the acting in this trailer alone is incredible.
It's an incredible performance. His
really
performance
good.
as Wolverine is timeless. It
We
doesn't
don't even
age
know.
badly.
Yeah, we don't even know what happened, but we can already like feel for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I say something that feels weird to me? But it's just props to the team who worked on Logan. I just find it so weird. The last time we see Logan, he looks so old and so ready to die. And spoiler alert for Logan: 3, 2, 1, he does die.
What?
And,
Where did that come from?
and now we're just seeing him again. He just looks so young. And
You
it's
just
like,
spoiled the film.
I gave a 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Bro, I've been waiting 7 years to watch that
Shut
film.
up, you.
You have not skipped that film.
No, not at all.
No, you're definitely a stand for it.
Yeah.
Did you see it in black and white? It also came out in black and white.
I've not seen it in black and white. I like the black and white realistic
good
movies, but
noir.
I also don't watch them. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I like black and white, but not sure I could like watch the whole thing. There's so much intention that goes into color. Unless a movie is like specifically chosen to be filmed in black and white, it looks a little bit off.
Yeah.
To be fair, I just love seeing red blood splurt out of people during these movies.
Which actually, if you do like in black and white, it's actually orange paint that they use.
I thought in like
that's like-
Psycho they used
Oh,
like
that's
chocolate
cool.
sauce.
Yeah, well, they use like different things, but like commonly they used to use like orange paint just because it like came across more as blood in black and white. I would love to see those
We're-
movies.
we're getting off topic.
Anyway, that's just
Anyway. So yeah, that's just a brilliant start to the trailer. Really, it really sets the tone for sort of the dynamic of these two. How we will find out more about the Logan character throughout the film.
I think Logan will end up liking Deadpool a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think he'll outright like, really like him, but I think he'll chuckle at a joke or something. A
Yeah.
bit like a sort of, I don't know.
They'll become like brothers.
Yeah.
First brilliant joke of the trailer: whiskey dick of the claws.
Whiskey dick of the claw.
which
Brilliant.
I
This is
love.
going to be out throughout the whole movie, and it's like just makes me so excited for it because it's like I think we've been waiting for a good like dark humor
When did the last Deadpool
superhero
come out?
movie. 2018. 2016 was when the first one came. 2018 definitely.
Wow, it feels like longer that we've been waiting for this. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been
crazy,
waiting
yeah.
6 years. We've been waiting for ages because Fox made the deal, and then it just took ages to get to this actual film.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, I think the deal happened around 2020 when Deadpool 3 would have probably released.
It came out. It happened in 2019 when
2019.
Endgame came out because everyone thought that the characters would appear, but obviously
Oh,
they
yeah,
didn't have
no.
enough time to.
Yeah, but I think they were planning originally in 2018 to make a Deadpool movie in 2020 because, like, 2 years later. I mean, I could be totally wrong. But yeah, after the deal happened, then it just did. I think just production got shut down, and then they
Yeah, there was-
revived it later in like 2022.
There was no way they were ever going to leave it alone, were they?
No.
You can't leave Deadpool alone.
Yeah.
That's too successful, and I wonder whether they will make more after this. I don't know.
That's
I
what
think
I wanted
he'll
to
be
ask.
more of a staple of the MCU.
Do you think
I'd
Ryan
like
Reynolds
to think
will want to keep doing it?
Yes.
He
loves
definitely
it,
will.
but
He
like,
He
loves
loves
it.
acting.
but I think he also values how good these movies are. I don't know whether we'll get a Deadpool 4 because he's sort of, I don't want to say it already, but he's sort of peaked. Like Wolverine is like everything he's joked about in his movies for like ages. How do you get better than
after this?
how do you get better than Wolverine and Deadpool?
Oh, I'll tell you the Thanos story with Death.
Hmm.
I mean, have you read that comic? I
No.
haven't read it, but like I've heard.
Luca,
Bas-
not having read a Marvel comic.
I know this must have been the one that I missed. I was.
I don't know it completely, but basically, I think there's something. Thanos falls in love with this woman called Death, and then I think
No, not just a woman called Death.
Are you
the,
just-
the literal personification of Death.
Wait, so you're describing
I
Infinity
could be
War.
completely
Yeah.
wrong. It's not Infinity War.
no the comic Infinity War?
I don't think it's in Infinity. I don't know what comic it is. I need to do some research. Anyway, Karen, talk about the trailer. I'm just going to research it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we have the Marvel title cards.
Yes.
Next scene straight away is we are in this sort of landscape of what we are assuming. I think we've all agreed that we're assuming this is just the void,
The Void,
where
yeah.
Elias is from Loki.
I think
as
the
you can
Void
see-
must be massive. We've just only seen a little bit of it in Loki.
Yeah, we've seen a small glimpse of it.
We've seen the Loki portion.
Yeah, the
We've
Loki
seen the
portion,
Deadpool
yeah.
version. Yeah.
As we can see, we got the 20th Century Fox giant. What's it called?
Logo.
Logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the logo. Just
I thought
plummeted
when the
into
set
the ground.
photos came out, it was going to be like a plot point, but I think it's just a reference. in the
It's just a
background. It's just
reference,
a
yeah.
reference, just because they can, and I love that.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the void, this is the perfect place to just have nonsensical
You can just
Easter
do-
eggs and
gonna
just
be-
random bits of junk that are either just funny
Yeah.
or people point out and do the whole, the
literally
scene of
do-
like Leonardo DiCaprio was like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. They'll put every reference they possibly can in here, and it'll be like Mad Max X-Men, basically,
Yep.
which is exactly what is just, I think, great about.
I kind of think the 20th Century Fox logo is kind of like personificating. I don't know if that's the right word. That the Fox universe is dead and buried.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think they
sure,
will
yeah.
revive that. Well,
They-
the Marvels.
Yeah.
End scene of the Marvels.
It's so
Is
tricky
that-
because they...
Are we
yeah.
thinking that's the X-Men? That's the Fox X-Men
He
universe.
looks a lot bigger than he
or-
is
It must be.
But Beast looks different.
He looks way bigger, yeah.
He does, but also they're recasting, Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross in like the main timeline.
True.
Oh, okay,
And
that's
Don,
just
Don Cheadle was
because,
recast. I guess redesigning a character. It's still the same actor.
Oh, okay. I know
True.
what I get you.
Redesigning a character can be. Either way, it will be confusing as hell. I think
Yeah.
release something beforehand with a little timeline that explains everything. I don't know. Just
Can we get a little booklet? Can we get a little
when it's so
Introductory
confusing,
booklet.
it just it's a bit scary when it is that confusing because
Beyond
obviously,
facts.
yeah, obviously, like we know these kind of things, but like general audiences, and I think for a Deadpool movie it'll be fine, but for like main
moving
MCU
on,
movies, will be
if we can get like a 5-minute prologue, just explain.
yeah, exactly. Just
Before
have,
you go
like,
and see any other Marvel film.
what's his name? The guy who plays the Watcher. Just have him explain it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, exactly. And his amazing voice is like, "Welcome to the MCU recap." Or what's his name from Ant-Man? The guy who does all of the like really,
Luis.
yeah, Luis, where he
Oh,
like
basically,
goes
I was
through
gonna
like
like-
everything really fast. And if he does a recap, that would be awesome.
Yeah, man. And Thanos was like, "Oh, I'm gonna snap the world
Yeah.
and shit."
Imagine if he did that at the beginning of every Marvel movie. He gives a little recap of what happened before. That would be awesome.
I mean,
Brilliant.
the MCU's not a TV show.
I mean, It basically is, really. It has seasons in like phases and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be kind of cool.
Also, just quickly, in this scene, you can also see in the background the CN Tower, which is from Toronto, which is just, Ryan Reynolds.
Toronto,
He's from
Canada.
Canada, which
Yeah.
is exactly what you and me were just saying about how they will just place random shit in here
Random
just to make
shit, just because
little
it's a joke
little
about
nods
Ryan Reynolds,
at
yeah.
anything, really.
Yeah.
great
It's
how
a
much
perfect
influence
excuse
he
to
has
do
on this
so.
film.
What's
It's
that?
like how much. It's just great how much influence Ryan Reynolds as a person, not Deadpool, just Ryan Reynolds has on.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
I think he should be a co-producer with Feige for the rest of the MCU. Because he just knows how
Big
to make.
play.
I know, but he just knows how to make these. Like he's like Tom Cruise. They know how to make good movies, and he just knows how to make a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then we get this shot.
Maybe
of the
just
first
even
trailer.
for the X-Men part.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Like Michael just said, what were you
good.
saying?
We just get the shot from the first trailer of the other side because we see it from Deadpool's point of view.
Yeah, so at the end of the first trailer, you see the back of Wolverine walking towards Deadpool as he's on the ground, and then the follow-up scene at around about 35 seconds, we see Wolverine start walking towards Deadpool, but from the front, and I assume this will be where he now just goes and jabs into him.
Can I just say, do we ever have we seen like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine wearing the cowl yet?
What, the mask?
Yeah,
No.
his mask. Do you think we will?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Maybe in like a flashback scene. I don't think we'll get it for very long at all.
Oh, okay, no, that's fair. Flashback, maybe.
Maybe,
at
yeah.
any point in this film for a considerable amount of time.
Or
No,
he puts
it's
it
too
on,
goofy.
or he just puts it on, and Deadpool like shoots it, and he goes, "Oh no, I hit the he's like really disappointed. He's like trying to put it back together, and but I don't think it will be there for very long.
That was
They
Or
my
won't.
maybe-
disappointment when Norman Osborn's mask got destroyed because I love that mask.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they'll do everything they can to
I see it maybe being in the film in some way, being like incorporated. In like the newer Star Wars trilogy, you see like Darth Vader's mask just sort of sat there. I see him maybe like looking to his mask to sort of reflect on his past, sort of thing. But maybe not.
Or they'll do, because you know how they showed it in the post-credit scene in the Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that again and have it in the post-credit scene, and then it goes to black, and then it comes back, and then he puts it on. So it's just like a tease right at the end.
That'd be good. So we then,
Yukio.
we see everyone just sat around at the party, just sort of celebrating Wade's birthday. Obviously Vanessa is there, which is a big plot point. So obviously they've followed through with what they were doing at the end of Deadpool 2 in the post credits, where he goes back and saves her, as well as.
We're definitely naming our kid
I
Cher.
have a question about that. If that's now accurate, if they've now made that follow through, does that mean he did kill baby Hitler?
I believe so, yeah.
Is that now
You
canon?
know what?
was in
That
the
could be the
extended
whole
version.
reason why the world's ending.
Is that why he's at the
because-
TVA? It's got nothing to do with Vanessa being
Maybe
alive.
the whole
It's
point of the
because
movie
he killed
is
baby Hitler.
Yeah, maybe the whole point of the movie is he's trying to save baby Hitler, and Wolverine's just like, nah, mate, that's fucked up. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Let's see.
dear.
Let's see.
Anyway, we then see Deadpool sort of say to Wolverine,
Oh wait. Does this mean Green Lantern never existed?
Unfortunately, it did. Unfortunately.
we then
Anyway, we
see us at the TVA, where obviously they say that Wolverine has failed his entire timeline, his universe.
Can I just give another shout out to Matthew McFadden, who's playing Paradox, Mr. Paradox in this, who was just amazing at Succession. This guy. I love him. He is so good.
This is an
He's
audio
gonna be
only
so
podcast,
good.
but we are pointing at.
We are pointing
52
at-
seconds into the trailer.
You know what?
if
For
you
once,
want
I'll
to see.
get Michael to edit just a picture into it.
All right, we're
A
getting
quick second freeze frame
on
Here
the
we go.
YouTube.
Here's the first picture in the Reelistic podcast. 3,
Oh, this
2,
is
1.
history.
Whoa!
Just a man with a bandage on his nose.
I'm gonna forget to put that in now.
Anyway, we see him point to him, and then also another thing that me and Luca very briefly spoke about. We are 99% sure that we won't find out why Wolverine failed his universe until the third act, because Deadpool literally says,
says it.
"Are you waiting for us to find out in the third act?" So I
There's
think
no
that's
way they don't pay off that joke.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
So then we see them having a fight in the void. I have a theory as to why they are fighting in the first place, and then they become friends.
Oh, please,
So
please share.
my theory is, so obviously Wolverine is now stuck at the TVA because he failed his universe in some way. Deadpool, I think, has been pulled away from his universe for the same reason of he's interrupted the timeline. He went back and he saved Vanessa. He also killed Hitler. But he went back and he saved Vanessa. That is a very crucial point in Deadpool's sort of story that he is now rejected and gone against, which I think the TVA aren't a fan of.
Right.
When it comes to the TVA, normally if they had an issue with someone within that timeline, they would normally prune them. I think that maybe both Deadpool and Wolverine have too good of a healing factor so that they cannot be pruned. And so the way the TVA are dealing with that is have them fight it out and use the void as their
How did they get them to
playground.
the void? That's the question.
Yeah, you do get pruned. Actually,
Oh, is
something-
pruning how you go to the void?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So I wonder
Also,
how.
pruning. Basically, the way to kill Deadpool and Wolverine is to disintegrate every single part of their body. What does pruning do? It takes away every single particle of your body.
Yeah, but are they able
No,
to
but I don't
bring
know
those
if it
back
is it
quicker?
is it actually killing them.
No, but it's very instant.
I don't think it is
Pruning-
actually killing them, is it?
The only other thing
It's
is we
transporting.
just said about pruning is what gets you to the void.
Yeah.
I was going to touch on this at the end, but obviously we see that portal at the end of the trailer as well. So there
Do
are
you
so
think
there
that's
are
how they
other
got there?
so if they are in the void when that portal happens,
Then I guess
there
that
are
is.
other means of getting to the void other than just being pruned.
So who do you think?
So it is possible. It's just that the only way that we've seen it happen so far is by jabbing someone with a glowy stick.
Like that. Like so. I
Yeah.
guess
So I think that's possible, and maybe they want them to kill each
you just
other.
found sound reasoning. That's
Maybe it's some kind of sadistic game of who kills who gets to go back to their timeline. Maybe they've told Wolverine that they'll put his timeline back to normal. Maybe they've said Deadpool can just continue living his life with Vanessa. You know,
I think
I just don't see why they're fighting in the first place.
it's either that or Deadpool joins the TVA because his life isn't working with Vanessa anymore, and he's just too
And
destroyed.
that's just
right?
what they've offered him. They've given
Yeah.
him a sort of ultimatum.
So then why is he fighting them in the trailer? Yeah, who knows?
Don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
Can
We will
I
find
just
out.
say the TVA's time gates? Do you think they get to the void? Have we seen them go to the void?
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's the
that's
whole
another
plot
way.
point in Loki, isn't it? That's
well,
how they get out.
Oh,
of
well,
the
there you
void.
go then.
There you go. They just put them through a gate into the void.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll find out July 26th. Anyway, we then continue on.
Third act flashback.
Oh yeah, as Michael just said, we see the bit of dialogue that me and Luca spoke about, where they said we're gonna wait till the third act to find out when Wolverine is why Wolverine is in that situation. We then see them walk out from behind a cart, and this is the first time that we see Wolverine in the trailer without the sleeves. Can I just say, it looks so much better without the sleeves. It looks so much like the X-Men 97 design, although Luca does have a problem with it.
No, to be honest, I just like that they're both wielding guns in the shot. Wolverine with his guns.
up.
Yeah.
No, but you did have a problem with the costume, didn't you? It was
Yeah, the only thing is they have an amazing costume with the shoulder pads and everything, and as soon as he rips the sleeves off, the shoulder pads are gone. That must be a plot point.
Or his arms get.
Well, as soon as they disappear, whatever. But I just would have liked it with the shoulder pads because that would have been exactly comic accurate. But I really don't care.
because it's
I just
also
think
not
it would have
a.
looked better.
It's not a clean cut on the sleeves either. They've very clearly been ripped. You
Ripped.
see it in a later
Well, I think
shot.
which one of you said that you think his arms got
That was me.
chopped off? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's.
It could be a cool fit.
I think that's very
The only
possible.
thing is that he is wearing gloves, and his gloves would be part of those.
Yeah, but I guess if his arms got chopped off, he can just put his gloves back on, but he can't put his sleeves back on, can he? So I guess he just put his sleeves back on manually.
I want to see his
because
arms.
the sleeves are just
Yeah.
they're over sleeves, aren't they? They're not one uniform piece with the sleeve, and so for the gloves, he could just put them back on.
Yeah, I reckon it's very possible.
I will say one thing that I've just noticed about the trailer that I'm not a big fan of. We cut back to the same shot of them walking
Well,
four times.
That's the whole point of it. It's like they go through different parts
know,
and they're
but
still walking.
You could have done that in like 2, maybe 3. A push 4 just feels a bit excessive. It's just walking, cut, walking, cut, walking, cut.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I mean, it's a very cool shot, like Michael said. It really just like is meant to accentuate them walking in together.
maybe
The
when they team up.
sleeves.
But I mean, this is a whole
For the first
this is a whole trailer thing. I don't think it takes you out of the trailer, does it?
No,
Do you
not
think,
at all.
do you
It's
think-
only because we're
do you think
breaking it
they're,
down right now.
Street areas in the void, or have they got? Do you think they've gotten out?
You think that's somewhere else?
I think
I'm
that
not-
might be
I'm not
somewhere
saying it.
else.
I think it could be somewhere else. It's a lot more put together than
It is,
the,
yeah.
I mean, it's still not that put together. Like the half the shots.
Yeah, no,
are
it looks
exploded.
abandoned, but I get what you're saying. It definitely doesn't look like the
void is
wasteland
most
that
like
we've seen.
nothing.
Yeah,
This actually has buildings.
yeah.
Yeah. Need to wonder where that forest is as well that they go to. Like.
Yeah, the forest where they're with the fighting off
car.
the TVA guys. Obviously, we see Wolverine just sort of
Yeah.
claws come out.
Those
Oh,
are
and then we see our first shot of our big
supposed
bad,
villain,
Main villain.
what's her
Cassandra
name again?
Nova.
Cassandra Nova, who
Yeah.
is,
Played by
The
Emma
backstory
Corrin.
is
and she is Charles Xavier's sister.
Twin
yeah.
sister, and she tried to kill him in the womb.
Oh,
And Charles Xavier uppercutted her in the womb.
is that
Yeah,
in the
that's
comics?
genuinely comic accurate. He gave her an uppercut. It's just literally a panel of 2 fetuses of just one of them just giving the uppercut. This is why I love
I didn't know
comics.
babies
That's
could
brilliant.
be so violent.
Love
yeah,
that.
exactly. So,
So do they have similar powers? Xavier.
Well, yeah,
uh,
obviously,
I
you
think
see
they have almost identical
There's this
powers, yeah.
brilliant scene in the
Cassandra's
trailer
standing.
where you literally see her just take control of Wolverine,
Yeah, that
and
was pretty
with
sick.
just small, little, accentuated movements of her hands, she is able to control him like a puppet. Like literally, she just springs one hand upwards, his hand goes upwards. She points them both down, and his claws literally get stuck in the ground, and he cannot move.
Can I just say, have you guys seen the Angry Birds movie?
Yes.
This shot of Cassandra Nova reminds me of Leonard coming to the
Oh dear.
beach at the first time.
You know the pig when he first comes to
What are we
the
talking
beach? Angry Birds.
about? I've not watched Angry Birds.
Oh, very nice.
Really?
I'm a film student.
Wow. I have standards. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Also, while we're here, I think it's worth we mention the giant Ant-Man head. The skull as well. His skull is literally in it as well. It's not
Wait,
even
his
just the
skull's in
helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. Hold on. Let me see if I
for it.
can get this on the trailer.
a
Hopefully
lot-
you're
it's
watching
later
the
in the
trailer
trailer.
alongside of us. As you can see, teeth
Oh my
right there.
god.
Yeah, it's his entire skull has been sort of like sized
So
up, and then he's.
I
It's
have
not Hank
a
Pym,
theory.
Is it right? Before you mention this, is this your theory, or is this one of the leaked
genuinely a
things that you
theory.
like to
No,
look at?
genuinely theory. Okay, so this Ant-Man thing is taken directly from the comics Old Man Logan, which is a sort of post-apocalyptic future almost, where sort of Logan is sort of older and like stuff has gone
Right.
wrong. Basically, like the movie Logan, but like in an apocalypse.
Yeah.
In that, we get a Hulk who's called like Maestro. And, you know, this Ant-Man thing is taken directly from that, and the Void looks basically like Old Man Logan. Do we think we could get a Hulk cameo and a Wolverine versus Hulk fight?
Wolverine
it's not the
versus
main
Hulk
Hulk.
has always been quite a big thing, though. I feel like
Save it for its own movie.
maybe not
But
save it for a
if we're not gonna see
movie,
Hugh
but
Jackman again, I mean...
do you think that? Do you think this is Hugh Jackman's?
No, he'll be in
One
Secret
and done?
Wars. No, he'll be in Secret Wars.
Logan was
But-
his last thing, and now he's back for this.
Okay, so I guess we could see Hulk versus Wolverine in Secret Wars. We will get it at some point.
Can I just
There
say,
is-
Yeah.
Logan was 7 years ago.
That's
Only
crazy.
Well, 7 is
2017.
one. Yeah.
7 years ago.
When you say you think we'll see it at some point, though, will it be the alternate Hulk, like you just said? Because obviously we've now got Smart Hulk, we've
Yeah,
now
it'll be
got
alternate.
Ruffalo.
It'll be alternate Hulk.
No, I
It'll be like
I feel like we need
pruned
to see,
Hulk.
we need to see Ultimate Hulk again. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see Smart Hulk anymore. Like it's
Bit bored of it.
really boring.
Yeah.
It's like the last time we saw Hulk was like Hulk was what was it? Fighting Thanos, and then he was just never came out.
Also, this movie is going to get
Yep,
really
that's
weird
Steve.
because there's not only dog pool, but there's kid pool, teen pool, head pool, Deadpool, and dog pool. all in it, and there was a poster that like confirmed it with all of those. Like, there's literally a floating head of him with like a spinny, like, you know, a bit like in Mario with the like
Yeah,
spinny
yeah.
hat. Yeah,
Brilliant.
that's like, yeah. So this movie is gonna get weird at points, but like that's a bit of the charm of it.
One other thing that was earlier in the trailer that we didn't touch upon, as Deadpool's asking Wolverine why his timeline went to shit, we do then cut to Wolverine in his normal clothes, next to these like giant sort of like stone, sort of like talus sort of things. And you said, Luca, that you
It's
thought those were the X-Men graves.
X-Men graves, I reckon.
Damn, all
So-
of them.
Yeah,
Are you thinking that's like him?
his universe.
Yeah, but do you think that's like a flashback? Do you think that's like like
It could
him
be
being given a vision?
It could be a flashback, or it could be him going to visit the world again.
Well, what
Because
Or
I
is
mean,
it possibly a nightmare? Because we know he struggled with nightmares quite badly in the main
True.
X-Men movies.
true, it could be, yeah. But I reckon if there are graves there, then yeah, it's either a dream or it's like him revisiting. Because I mean, how quickly would they put the graves there? And
True.
stuff?
I also have a theory as to how his world went to shit.
Mm.
You know, in X-Men: The Last Stand, where he has to kill Jean.
Yeah,
I think this one just couldn't bring himself to do it, and then she lost control, and then she
Yeah.
devastated the world.
I
In
think.
that case, where is Jean?
Yeah, I think that's very like. Well, she died, probably still. but-
Spoiler
What?
for X-Men: The Last Stand, which came
Yeah.
out in
Well, yeah, but,
2006.
No. But I mean, she would still have died. But I reckon that's actually quite a good theory.
Spoiler for a film that came out when we were all collectively 3 years old.
Oh my god, that makes me feel so old
Don't worry, we're
and
only
young at the
20.
same time.
But
But yeah, I think that's a very good theory as to what those giant monuments sort of are, and why we cut to something that looks so stark,
Talking about?
like starkly different
Yeah.
from.
Show me, what part is it?
I will show you.
Oh, it's way back.
Yeah, so we see him sort of like
Oh,
drop to his
those,
knees. He's completely in just his regular clothes. He looks devastated. Like that is the face of a very, very broken Aussie man. Who? Oh yeah, he
Aussie
also has
man.
like very much an Australian accent in this trailer.
Very much. I think that's probably on purpose.
Are we thinking that's to show that he's
he's different?
an alternate?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Wolverine?
So
I actually like it a
You
lot.
think it's the Wolverine that died in Logan?
No,
No.
they specifically said that in the video that they did, didn't they?
No, it's definitely not. Also, as the giant Ant-Man head opens up, we obviously see a bunch of X-Men villains.
X-Men,
That's a-
yeah, I
I know,
like that.
that's a mouthful to say. X-Men villains, which is awesome. I think we see, what's his name? Is it Gambit, the red one?
No, no.
No, as
Who's Gambit?
Asriel. Gambit is
He's the good guy with the cards.
yes,
Yeah,
he is.
sorry. Yeah, no, we see
Bloody
quite a
legend.
few from. They're all from the Fox X-Men films. You see the Toad as well. We already know we're going to be seeing. Who's the flame guy?
Pyro.
Going to be seeing
Yeah.
Pyro again. We've already seen pictures of that before. This is just a really awesome, like, scene. Like, really nice shot. Also, me and Luca did notice while the trailer was going that it's not just Ant-Man's head here either. We do see later in another shot that his hands are actually interconnected,
I
and
reckon
that sort
we'll
of
see-
makes up the perimeter of this encampment wherever they are. So
I
I
reckon
think
we'll
it's
see
his full
whole body. Yeah,
Yeah,
we will. Yeah, at some point.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
which is
It is.
awesome. But this head just sort of opening up.
How long do you think
with
that
all of
head's
them
been
stood
there? Because obviously his skin's decayed.
Yeah, it's been that a while.
Yeah.
Who killed him is the question.
Kang.
Kang. We don't talk about Kang now. And then obviously one of the final shots at the end of the film is... Oh, also I made a note in my phone. Dogpool, ugliest mutt ever.
Love it.
That was
He
so
really
harsh how you
is.
said that. Like, ugliest mutt ever.
He really is. Have a look at this dog. It is just... like his tongue's so long as well.
That's the whole point.
And it's just...
Because Deadpool's ugly as
I
fuck.
know.
It's a dog who's ugly.
Wolverine just looks absolutely disgusted. And yeah,
Have you missed it? No, you haven't.
there it is. Look at that dog. It looks like one of them hairless cats.
He's just
Awful.
perfect. I love the little suit as well. Like,
Oh yeah, the suit's cool.
perfect. I think you'll definitely see a lot of dogs walking around in Deadpool suits after the movie
Yeah.
comes out.
And then we've got one of like the main action shots at the end of the trailer is Deadpool and Wolverine jumping into a portal. It's obviously one of the normal portals that we would get from like Doctor Strange or Wong and that kind of thing. So my question to you boys, whose portal is that? Where is that portal going?
Well, they've made it.
That's it, really.
I think they've whited it out for a reason. Like they. Don't
Yeah,
wanna
there's
show where
definitely
it's
something.
going.
There's definitely something like you'll see where it is going.
You think that's just placement for the
Yeah,
trailer,
definitely.
so that it's not spoiling
they've made it,
anything?
they've
Sure,
whited it
yeah.
out.
Obviously, in the background, you could see Eliath is making his way towards the
Making my way
encampment.
down.
So I think this is definitely one of the last parts of the film where they're
really
having
think it's
to
the end?
escape the void. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think this is near
film's
that.
going to be in the void.
I
Actually,
think the
no.
majority of the film will be in the void. It makes
I mean,
the most sense.
it just depends where the story's going. Really, I think not a lot of it will take.
I don't
place
see
in the
how
main
this isn't the
timeline.
third act because you see Eliath coming towards it. Obviously, anything that Eliath touches just absolutely decimates.
Yeah.
Like it never survives, and so if he's coming towards it, it does mean this will, at the very least, it'll be the last time we're at this particular area within.
Do
the
we
film,
think this is
this camp?
It, I mean, they do have they do usually show like third act bits, so I reckon it could be.
I reckon it's towards it. Maybe it's not the very end. I'm interested to see where that portal does go. I think that'll be the very end of the third act. But
I think Wong will be in the movie.
you reckon? You reckon
Yeah.
it'll be Wong,
Definitely
not Doctor
Benedict
Strange?
Cumberbatch.
No,
Benedict
no, no,
Cumberbatch.
no.
Saying
There's
that he was in No Way Home, but like that's more of a.
yeah, but I think he's a little bit too serious. I feel like Wong more like
I
suits.
feel like we would have known by now if he was casted in the
How
movie.
pissed
Yeah.
off would you be if they jump through this portal and then it smash cuts to black?
Oh,
and
there's
you never
no
find
way.
out where they
There is
where they
no
go.
way. I mean, at least they would show something in like the post-credit scene. How do we think it will end? Like, do we think that it will end with him being in the MCU?
I don't know. It
Proper?
just depends. Like, what is this? Is the big question. After this film, what is Deadpool's future? He's completed his trilogy.
I don't
He
know.
has.
there's-
He has potential to be in the MCU, definitely, but like he is going to be interacting with 12 rated characters.
Yeah, well, we're definitely starting to see that Marvel
I bet that will
aren't
also be a joke.
shying away from the fact that not everything has to take place in the main timeline. We've now got one of the characters from Captain Marvel in another universe with the X-Men. We've got Fantastic Four coming up, which everyone is thinking is either just in the past and has somehow been forgotten, or at the very least is in another.
Oh, it's definitely an alternate reality.
Definitely,
it's been
yeah,
confirmed.
in an alternate
Absolutely, yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
And maybe they're going to another alternate reality. Maybe they're joining ours. I'm not sure. But they don't seem to be shying away from having people bit here, there, and everywhere, and maybe then having them all convene again for Secret Wars, where you have this similar scene
will
of
both
what
definitely be,
happened at
yeah.
the end of Endgame, where all the portals opened up, and suddenly we had all the characters we met in space, the ones that were the sorcerers. You've got all these people sort of coming together. I think that will then happen again in Secret Wars. This will be how they then bring all of the characters that we're seeing in all these different places sort of convene.
Do we think
in one
Deadpool
spot.
from now on will take the place of sort of like Stan Lee is doing like the cameos?
No,
Oh, that'd be cool. But at the same time,
I
does
don't
that
think
sort
so.
of...
Diminishes
that's
character.
not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough for Deadpool. Deadpool needs to be like if they are going to keep him, he needs to be one of the frontliners of the MCU because this
Yeah.
is one of
would
the
be-
big problems of the MCU. They
I-
don't have their front.
Yeah, but
frontliners
also
involved.
I would be happy if this was his last movie. Everything has to end at some point,
Yeah,
and
it
I don't
does.
want the
this
quality
would be
to
a
go
good. This
down.
would be a good finish.
Would
But,
be a good way to go
it's
out,
only
wouldn't
been
it?
around for 8 years.
Yeah.
And it's
but-
like
Well, and then
Short and
some. He
sweet.
actually started out as Deadpool in X-Men
True. Oh, we
Origins.
don't talk about
Wolverine,
that.
But we don't talk about that one.
I think reset the whole thing after Secret Wars, make the X-Men the main focus, forget about all your actors you have before. Like the brand is ruined.
even like
so
Tom Holland.
yeah, even well, no. You can keep them around in like the background, have them for like a few cameos and stuff, but just focus on the X-Men. They're probably the best bet, you know.
Would you ever recast the big two, Iron Man and Captain America?
Well, that's what people are saying. I just don't see anyone who could fill. Maybe Captain America. I could see someone who could fill that.
Just touching on that,
Tony
you
Stark.
did say that you thought we might see Chris Evans as the Human Torch.
Yeah, I don't know how
Sort of
likely
in
it is, but
this
I reckon
area.
we will. It's heavily rumored,
Yeah.
but I don't know how much weight that holds because
It would be cool to see,
it would
but
be huge.
you know, you had some good ground on it. It was the fact that this is the same production crew that did
Free Guy.
Free Guy. I was going to say Fall Guy. That's coming out this month. Free Guy, where obviously Chris Evans then made a cameo in that, where Ryan Reynolds' character suddenly had the Captain America shield. So it's possible, but you know,
yeah, who knows?
Is that what Chris Evans wants to come back to the MCU for? Would he?
I reckon
Would
he
he
would.
bother doing that, or
I
does it need to be something a bit more worthwhile, such as Secret Wars?
I reckon he would, and just because I feel like he has like a more like positive attitude towards sort of cameos and stuff, and I feel like if they have him in this, it will definitely be for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not going to be pointless cameos, I don't think, and I think he'll actually be able to play it differently, you know, than he does for Captain America. Like the Human Torch, I actually rewatched the Fantastic Four the other day. He was so good in that, and I think it has so much fun.
Yeah.
Whether he's too old now, I don't know. But
Yeah, no, you can always de-age someone with makeup and.
oh
special
please,
effects.
oh god, oh.
Why are you saying?
Please
Oh,
don't
God?
de-age him.
No, just
he
have
already
him as
got
an older one.
He already got aged up, and it
Yeah.
was a bit.
Do you know what? Have him as like a Human Torch that's a little bit more mature, but also like still immature. You know, he's got a kid, maybe like the Human Torchette or something like that.
The
you know?
Human Torch,
I thought you were going to say like the human match or something.
Yeah, the Human Match. Yeah, exactly.
Does he have a kid
dear.
ever? Let me see.
I don't know.
I know Sue Storm and Reed Richards have a kid, but Human Torch.
Anyway, the final scene of the film is just a
Taurus
fun little
Storm, yeah.
gag of Deadpool and I've forgotten her name, the blind granny.
Blind Owl.
What's her name?
Blind Owl. Something like that.
Heimdall.
Blind Owl.
Oh, blind owl. I thought you said Heimdall. I mean, he is also blind at
True.
one point.
Is he?
Yeah, Thor has the vision in like Age of Ultron, and he loses his sight. But he's supposed to be the all-seeing.
We are all dead.
We are
yeah,
all
we see this
virgins,
fun
right? Anyway,
We see this
That
little
was a
gag
really
of them
deep
just
cut.
talking about having cocaine and stuff, and Feige won't allow it.
do you want to build a snowman? Great reference. I love that they're part of Disney now.
Yeah.
Great.
That was funny.
I know it is funny, and I know you aren't a big fan of me saying it, but I think this is purely just a trailer gag. I don't think that'll be in the final.
No, this
Why?
is
Why?
right at the start
It's
of the
like-
film.
I think there may
Yeah.
be something in its place, but I think this is purely just, bit of, trailer fun.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to make a bet on it?
Do we want to make a bet on it? What, bet that won't be in the film? I already think that there'll be a lot of lines from this trailer that Deadpool have said that won't make it into the final film, purely because it's quite easy, because he's wearing a mask the whole
True.
time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
also, my final prediction is, don't know why I think it, I just think it might happen. I think the film will come out a week early, July 19th, instead of 26th.
I'm not convinced.
Let's see.
You don't think so?
Marvel are very
I-
particular about their
I
dates.
don't
They do
know.
not shift it by a week.
Unless they've already got it planned to be shifted, and this is just what they're saying.
Yeah, it just throws. I mean,
that-
we'll find out before tickets come out, obviously.
It just feels like a good opportunity to have Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman sort of do like this little like publicity stunt of sort of the two of them fighting over when the film should come out or something, and then it
Yeah.
finally gets decided to be July 19th,
Yeah,
or they like meet in the middle or something. I don't
They
know.
need to get the marketing ready.
yeah. We'll
I
see.
don't know. We'll see. Anyway, how excited for this film are you?
It's the most excited film
I'll take it or leave it.
film for the year.
Really.
What do you mean?
No, you won't. No, you won't. Not
No,
at all.
yeah, very excited.
I definitely want to see this on opening day. Most films now I don't really want to see on opening. I mean, I don't really mind if I don't see them.
Do
on
we
opening
think
day.
bigger than Spider-Man? No Way Home?
No,
No,
no.
Really?
no.
Oh, because the rating, age rating.
Oh yeah, that's
That I hadn't even considered. I was just thinking in general. I just don't. I think
I think it's so.
Deadpool is more of a
than
niche
Wolverine.
taste.
Wolverine, Spider-Man.
It is one of the only ones though that like we have obviously friends that sort of don't watch Marvel or anything like that, but they have watched Deadpool.
Such
I
as
think
Zoe,
the humor, yeah,
our lovely co-host.
exactly.
R.I.P.
I
wherever
think
she
the
is.
humor helps a little bit, maybe. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
There's also another point I wanted to bring up to you guys. Given that this is an R-rated movie, how much do you think it's making at the box office?
Quite a lot. Highest
Do you think
grossing
it'll make $1 billion,
R-rated
even
movie.
though there's only been one?
What is currently the
Yes.
highest highest
Joker.
rating?
The
No,
Joker.
I don't think it'll surpass that.
Oh, I think it will.
Yeah. Well, we got Joker 2 coming out this year, seeing if it will be that.
No, I don't think it will surpass Joker. I think it might literally come like second or third.
I think it will definitely get $1 billion. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely. I think it'll get close.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
know.
think it'll be.
This is the only Marvel movie this year. I think there's like sort of so much anticipation now.
Can I just say, I also think that is a really smart decision.
Give it the breathing room.
Albeit part of
I
that is
don't
due
think
to
it- I
the
don't
writer's
think it
strike,
was,
but still,
yeah.
I think that is a good way of sort of resetting the pace for Marvel.
Exactly.
They needed a pace reset. Because
Definitely.
wasn't like the Avengers: The Kang Dynasty first rumored to come out next year?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they're starting filming at the end of this year, but
even though it's now not
knows?
the Kang Dynasty. We
yeah,
don't know
it's
what
Avengers 5.
The
It's just
Doom
Avengers
Dynasty.
5. No, I don't think it'll be Doom.
No, it won't.
Anyway, I think that about covers it for today. Tune in next week. We'll be talking about something.
Whatever happens, I guess.
Whatever happens. Maybe some
knows?
news.
Maybe Deadpool will
Um,
be shifted by a week.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
might-
Deadpool will be shifted by a week. I
And we
could
get a
think
whole
about that.
episode talking about how the week's different.
No, there's a few TV series that we want to maybe try and do a review of, because for a TV and film podcast, we do majorly touch on film. So maybe we might do a little review. There's a few series on Netflix that we've all been saying that we want to watch, or a few of us have watched and want to have a little discussion about. I know me and Michael potentially want to talk about the Gentleman series that came out last month. You two, I think, could talk about The Boys and stuff. I've never watched it, but I'm sure you'd love to
Ethan
talk
will
about that.
definitely want to.
Ethan especially. So maybe we'll do a TV episode. But for now, we'll call it there. So thank you very much for listening in. This is the Reelistic Podcast. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. REEL, Reel, as in film reel. That's the Reelistic Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. Luca Vianney, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Michael Falk.
Goodbye.
Bye.